Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again, back for episode 2
Episode 2.
of Don't Dump, Don't Dump.
Don't dump the stuff.
Don't
Don't
jump.
jump. The podcast is here and don't dump it. Just
Don't,
keep
don't,
listening.
don't dump us. All right, Don't Jump the Podcast, episode 2. What is or how does or where does a blended family originate from? Last episode, we talked about how we met and we dropped some nuggets there at the end, Patrice. By the way, that is Patrice and I am Willie. Say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. And thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube for the big homie. Rest in peace. DHI Impact, of course, Darian Hopkins, and of course, Twitter. So last week we talked about how we met, and I don't think we got past the first date. But Patrice said we didn't even get to the first date. So maybe we'll get there today on this particular episode. But yeah, we thank you guys out there for joining us. Again, don'tjump.net is where you can find us. Don't Jump on Instagram as well as Facebook. You guys can go there, take massive action today or tonight, or
Like,
just
subscribe, and what's the other one?
I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you what it is. Actually, I'm going to show you. Here it is right here. We are going to ask you to, welcome once again. And we ask that you like or subscribe, rather, and like and hit the bell for all new content. So, babe, we got a lot to get into. And I know we've had a long day, but we got to give the people what they want. So, without further ado, let's go get it. Come on.
Let's go. And how does that really impact what you look for, how you look for it, what you accept, what you don't accept, how you blend, and how you don't blend?
Yeah. Us.
That.
Who is us? Okay, you don't like it when I do that. I forgot.
No, that's something else. That was great. I hope you guys are joining in. We're talking about how to blend families, blended families, the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, and everything in between.
The Guns and the Roses. Don't forget the Guns and the Roses.
Guns and Roses.
All right. So last week we left off with talking about
a little bit about us.
Huh?
A little bit about us.
Well, you go ahead and start again. Go ahead and start.
It was a little bit about us and how we began and how we blended. Well, yeah, how we got together and then blended our families.
Yeah, I think I just said that.
That part.
Well, okay.
Let's talk about it. Now we're on part 2.
Oh, right. So what part do you want to talk about, babe?
Well, recap. We talked about how we first met.
Mm-hmm.
We met online with Match.com.
Mm-hmm.
We both had a trial. Was it 30 days?
30 free days or free.
30 free days.
First 30 days are free.
Yes. And we met within those days and canceled the rest of subscription because I had met my match.
Yeah. And we were talking about last episode on what did we remember about our profiles. That was the last thing that we discussed. As I see you have a creature feature behind you there over your left shoulder.
Yes, that is Smoky Sue.
She is part of the blended family as well. She's been with us for how long now?
10 years.
It is going on 10 years. She will be 10 in October. So she is every bit as one of our kids as our kids is or are. But anyway,
That part.
um,
R.
yeah. So last episode we talked about how well, I was at the end of the show, I was talking about blended families and the origination of a blended family and how, if you look at it, blended families don't begin when you bring kids together. Blended families come together when
You come together.
the two spouses or better halves come together and make one. And we were saying that the reason why that can be is considered a blended family is because I may be coming from a situation in which I was raised one way, and then the spouse may be coming from a situation where they were raised a different way. So you're already blending the different types of ways in which people, the individuals in the relationship, have grown up, what they've been accustomed to, what they've been taught, what
Two
they've
different
been,
households.
yeah, two different households. And nowadays it could be up to 3 or 4 different households, depending on if the two parents or if the two spouses that had kids and then they split apart and then they get married again, which is that actually is an addition or an addendum or extra blend into the family. So that's what we're going to get into. Oh, actually, you know what? We need to go back a little bit because I know, Patrice, you said you wanted to talk more about the way we came together. Our first date that you said you didn't consider a date, but I did. So why don't you tell the people that's watching and ultimately you'll be listening on all of the podcast platforms, what you consider to be our second date?
Well, our first date, our first meetup,
A first date, yeah. I'm sorry.
meeting, you called a date. And I said that it wasn't, I didn't see it as a date because I didn't know if I liked you yet. I know I liked you, but I didn't know if I wanted to call it a date. It depended on how the night went. And so because it went well, and we started off at Starbucks and we talked and chatted and laughed, it moved into night. And then he asked, would you like to have dinner? We can move this to a dinner spot because we were at Starbucks. And then we moved to Genghis Grill and ordered dinner and continued our conversation. I think we talked over, I want to say 4 hours. 4 hours we were talking, but we had a great time. Conversation was good. We laughed and we shared a little bit more about each other, and we just had a great time.
So let me ask you a question, because I think it was pretty recent where it was revealed to me that you did not consider that a date. But since it really was two, quote unquote, meetups in one night, would you consider the second part of the meetup a date since we took it over and had dinner?
Yes, I would consider it a date. If the Starbucks meetup went horribly, I would have not considered that a date. I would have not thought about you twice.
Right.
I would have moved on.
Right. And that's understandable because guess what? I feel the exact doggone way, or I did at the time anyway. So I completely understand. So the second date that was really the second date that came when?
Not considering the one that was on the same day. I don't remember. Oh, the second date, we went to the movies.
Right. And
and let me just, I don't remember what we saw.
Wait a minute.
But I remember.
Hold on.
What did we see? Oh, okay. I take it back. I have to take it back because this is very important, because we went to see How Did I Get Married 2 or 1?
No, not
Which
How Did I Get Married. No.
Why Did I Get Married?
Why Did I Get Married? That came out way before we even knew each other. What are you talking about?
Well, I was so into talking to you, and I don't remember what I saw.
Oh my gosh! Now here comes the game.
Everybody has to have a little game.
Everybody has to have a little game. Okay, can I help you out?
Do we have anybody listening in who's talking? You guys tell me. Do you reveal everything on the first or second date?
Wait a minute.
Can they, do they have the capability of putting in a comment?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys comment on the first or second date.
We have people watching us on Twitter.
I would like to know.
We have people watching us on Facebook, and we have people watching us on LinkedIn. For some reason,
and LinkedIn, jump in.
Do
you tell the on the date? I forgot what I was saying. I got lost.
You kind of jumped to two different things. So let me help you out, okay?
I think I was wanting the help from the people.
Well, and the people will chime in as soon as the people start seeing that we're out here and we're doing this. You know, it's dinner time in a lot of places, and we are respectful of a lot of we want to be respectful of people's times. But we are live, and we do welcome your questions and your comments. And so let me help you out a little bit, Patrice, until we start getting people to come in. The name of the movie was.
Oh yeah, the movie. You see, I have a horrible memory.
The name of the movie was. Now I have forgotten what the name of the movie was. How to Think Like a Man. The first one.
Think Like a Man. That's what it was. Think Like a Man.
And Patrice had already had the book. And if I'm not mistaken, you had seen it before.
You have a great memory.
Yes, I did.
I was reading the book of Think Like a Man. I had what they call dog-eared pages and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to go see the movie. We talked during the movie.
You talked during the movie.
Put a pin in that part, because later I find out he hates talking through the movie, but he did on our second date.
Or first and a half date. How about we do that? Okay. So anyway, it was Think Like a Man, the first one. And like we were saying, she had the book and was reading the book. And if I'm not mistaken, hadn't you already seen the movie?
No, I hadn't seen the movie. I had read the book.
You had read the book. Okay. So you can already tell that I was going into this at a disadvantage, because she had already sized me up, if you will. And I had
taken some notes.
She had taken notes. And I'm walking into this thing like, yo, I'm just here. You know, we gonna have a good time. But at the beginning of the movie. But at the beginning of the movie, you know, they had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days worth of previews for upcoming movies, right? And there were a bunch of movies that came off the screen or came across the screen. And I kept saying, ooh, I want to take you to see that movie. I want to take you to see that movie. I want to take you to see that movie. I want to take you to see that movie. And I don't think we end up going to see any of those movies that I wanted to take you to. However, the date went good. And can I say something about that date and how I felt afterwards?
Sure.
Is it okay if I do that?
Of course.
All right. So I think we went out like on a Friday or maybe a Saturday. And there was this one song, and I put it on a promo for the show on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook for that matter. And there was a song by John Legend and Ludacris, and the name of the song is Best I've Ever Had. And there were parts of the movie, of course, that they played in the video, the music video. So when I went to work, I'm about to just show all my simpness, I guess. When I went to work, I'm at my desk and I'm just dreaming about this chick, right? And I'm playing this video while I'm at my desk, and I'm remembering our time at the movie. And every time that song played, I would be like, yo, this is it. This is the one. And again, I'm showing my simpness. But it's all good. You don't remember any of me telling you any of this, do you?
It's like it's for the first time.
See,
every time.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that could be a good thing and or a bad thing. Seriously. That's
good. You were thinking about me. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. Here
So,
we are.
needless to say, everything went well, and there were more dates after that.
Yeah, there were more dates. And let me tell y'all this. This is something that I told her at a later point. Um, I said to her, I am looking for my last first date.
He did.
And I am looking, oh, you remember. Now
I
your
do
memory's
remember that.
working. And I also told her I am looking for my last first kiss.
Hmm.
And all of those things came to fruition. I have not had another first date since, and I haven't had another first kiss since.
That better be your answer for sure. But all of these are how we blended. And so we blended, like I think you alluded earlier that you had two boys from a previous marriage. I had three kids from a previous marriage. And but the kids were not in any of these. Um, he didn't get to see my kids. I didn't get to see his kids. This is all fresh and new, which I think is important when you are single and you have a family for you to get to know each other first before you actually bring in children.
You
Would you
know
agree?
what? Yeah, but here's the thing though. I do agree with that, but in the same book that you were reading of the movie that we went and saw, there was a thing, and I want people out there that's watching. We need you guys to chime in because I'm about to ask a question. Do you think that when you are dating someone for a fresh person, I shouldn't say a fresh person, when you're dating somebody new and both you guys have kids from previous relationships, do you think do you think it's better to introduce the kids right away, or do you think it's better to introduce the kids later on in the relationship? And the
What's your
reason
vote?
well, I'm not I want to I kind of don't know really. Um, because we did what we did, and what we did, of course, is that we waited a while before we brought our kids around. But then Steve Harvey said in that book and in that movie, do you really want to be with somebody and spend all that time dating them, and then you bring them around the kids, and then the kids hate them, and then the person hates the kids, and now you spent all this time dating this person and it don't work out. See,
Right.
it's a catch-22.
Well,
So
I think it's important to get to know the person that you're, like I said the last time, people are crazy out there. And it's a scary thing when you're trying to get to know somebody and you put yourself out there. And so you putting yourself out there is not the same as putting your kids out there because you want to protect you're an adult and so
mhm,
you can handle yourself, but you also want to protect your kids. Even if they're smaller kids or even teenagers, they still need a little protection when it comes to that because this is a stranger technically.
yes. So we are here, of course, to talk about these things, but we're going to drop nuggets along the way. So here's the first nugget that I think I want to drop, and you tell me how you feel about it. I say that after if the two people such as you and I, all right, we got together, we talked, we had great conversation, we had a lot of things in common, so forth and so on. At some point, I think in the middle part or in the beginning part of the courting stage, right?
Mhm.
Or even after the first or second date, if the two people are comfortable with each other, they can begin to talk about how much time is going to go forth before the kids are introduced to one another, or the kids are introduced to the other kids, and of course to the other adult. I think that is a tremendous piece, and what it does is it sets the precedent for unity and being unified and being on the same page, right? So that and when you're doing that in the dating part of it, then guess what you're doing? You're already establishing communication between the man and the woman, and not only that, you are agreeing on things in the onset. I think it sets a great foundation for that. Your thoughts on that, Miss Patrice, Miss
Well,
Ma'am?
I think that there isn't a magic number. There isn't a magic time. I believe when you feel comfortable with the other person and you feel it's the right time, that's the right time.
hmm So the answer is it's all according to when the two people feel as though it's the right time. And another thing too, Patrice, is that, you and I, we were already in our 40s when we got together. There may be people that's in their 20s and their 30s.
Foxy 40.
Huh?
Foxy
Foxy 40.
40.
I have never heard that before. I have never heard that before. And I've never heard you say anything like that before. Who is this woman? No, but but for real though, because I was married for 5 years or 6 years, but only 5 of those years were we together. Patrice was married for 18 years. So obviously she had
Together for 20.
and she had a lot more invested in terms of time, with respect to not wanting to bring her kids around anybody that would be weird, strange, or whatever the case may be. For
Mhm.
me, and it's different for a man too. And I think it's different for a man that has boys, just like it would be different for a woman or a mom that has all girls, or if I had all girls and she had all boys. So it really is
It depends.
dependent upon the dynamic of how the family is made up between the man and the woman, and what gender they are bringing their kids to the table. So,
But the main thing, I do want to say this.
uh-huh,
The main thing is to be comfortable. You're
mhm,
comfortable, your kids are comfortable because you're blending possible families that's going to stay together. But you want everyone to feel comfortable in their own space and comfortable in the space that you're taking them to.
exactly, exactly. That's some good stuff. Okay,
That was my
so
nugget.
that was your nugget. So we've dropped 2 nuggets.
Can I not drop nuggets? Can I just drop diamonds?
Well, I
I think
know,
I'm dropping diamonds.
or you could say I'm dropping dimes.
No, I
You don't
think
want to say
diamonds
that?
for me. No,
Okay.
diamonds.
Yeah, because dropping dimes is synonymous with playing basketball.
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that. I'm not doing it anymore either. But when I did, though, okay, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Okay, so we dropped 2 nuggets, and we're gonna drop another nugget before we get up out of here. But we want to go back to um the dating part of it. And for me, I
No, I
remember.
want to introduce something else. I know you might have
Oh,
something else
okay.
that you want to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
However, I want to throw this out there. When we were dating and we just started to date, um, it was important for me to, like I said, to be comfortable. N- I was over the stage of, is this weirdo? I mean, the whole verdict was not in, but I was 100%, let's say 95% comfortable in knowing that, you were a great guy. We had great conversation. We were still getting to know each other. And during that stage, I remember a friend of mine
Oh boy.
had some lots of negative things to say. And some people can be in your ear about blending families, and they can throw it could be family members, it could be a friend, it could be, a work person, I mean, workmate. And they give their own ideas of what they think. But you have to understand first and foremost, what do you want? Know what you want. And I did
Mm.
discover this in um starting to date. When I met Willie, I was starting to date. I had been divorced for a couple of years and I was starting to date. And the question some people asked me was, what do you want? And I was like, the first time I said, oh, I don't know. I don't know what I want. It doesn't matter. Well, within the dating, it did matter. I had to have somebody. that I was equally yoked with, someone that had the same beliefs as me, and someone who I could be 100% myself with, and they could be 100% themselves with. So, um, my whole point is sometimes people can be in your ear to tell you different things, but be careful with that and make sure it's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you want, so you won't be caught off guard with what things they're bringing in. You're talking about blending families, blending households, and when other people chime in, they're chiming in on their household and how they were raised and how and what they were a part of and or not a part of or their fears. And you have to be careful not to have someone put their fears on you.
Yeah. We got a couple of people. Shout out to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo.
Hello,
Uh,
Daniel.
and of course, we connected through Darion Hopkins. Rest in peace, little big brother, man. I miss you terribly. Oh man, I wish I could talk to you about our Raiders. Then, what up, cuz? I see you, Katima Epteen Wiley. I see you. That couple right there, that is one of the more dynamic couples that you will ever come across. Let me tell you
That's
something right
right.
now. They are some praying, they are some demon slaying, word speaking, tongue slashing with the Bible, and they will anything that you have need in for as prayer goes, man, they are on it. So yes, thank you guys for checking in. God's grace, yes, we look, cuz we did came a long way.
Yeah,
That
you can
girl
check
there,
them out too.
she can tell some stories about your boy, but we not gonna go there. But so what you were saying, Patrice, is that I agree with you 100%, and that's even another dynamic that by what you just said that I just really got a revelation on, because not only are you blending like the family dynamic that you came from, how you were raised, the household that you grew up in, but you're also blending your friends. And guess what? Your friends, they can they can have either a great impact on the highest scale of the spectrum, or they can have the lowest impact on the scale of that same spectrum. So blended families. I mean, we're here to let you guys know that um blended the first of all, the family does not start with it doesn't begin when the kids come in again, and we talked about this last week. It begins when
The two people.
the two people come together and as one. That's when the family starts. So
I
um
like that you said when they come together as one,
mhm.
because you can still be together and then you have your way and then someone else can have their way. But when you come together, it's cohesive and you are on one accord on what you want.
Yeah, and not only just that, babe, it's like relationships. We are relationship coaches. We are certified relationship coaches. We want to give people nuggets and
On
an outlook,
diamonds.
a blue. Yeah, she's giving dimes or diamonds. I'm giving nuggets. We want to give you the yellow brick road, if you will. You know, everybody's seen the Wizard of Oz or the Wiz. You know what the yellow brick road is. The yellow brick road is the road that takes you to whatever your meaning of success is. And that is something that we can help you define what your level, what does success look like for you? Is it you want to be respected by the wife? You need to be, you want to be shown more love by your husband. You want the kids. I mean, because we've been through it all.
And still going through it.
Yeah, and this is a
Who
week.
said we stopped?
Yeah, this is a week. You know, this has been a week where all of these things have been tested. And we're gonna talk about that as we get ready to wrap up the show. And it's already been 30 minutes again, baby. I don't know where the time goes, but it is 100% accurate in what you're saying. And
And it's ongoing. I want everyone to understand that it's not something that, oh, they got it together. They know it's not that. It's ongoing. It's something that you practice on a daily basis. And and then you may want to end with this, is that what we like to say is that we get into tiffs or arguments, or I may think I want this and he may think that, but we did agree on one thing, and that is not to be the same thing at the same time, other than, what is it, babe?
Loving each other.
Only in love at the same time. We
Yep.
can love each other at the same time, but if he's upset, then I let him be in that space. And I try to, then I'm not upset. But if he knows that I am livid or upset about something, he lets me, walk in that space that I'm in, because I need to at that time. But he doesn't join in, because both of us being negative together doesn't equal a positive.
Despite what the mathematics might say.
Exactly.
Yeah, or the money for that matter. And we got so many things that we want to talk to y'all about going forward. I'm telling you the truth.
Tune in next week for some more diamond dropping.
Yeah, and again, take massive action. I mean, blended families, husbands, wives, fiancés that are getting ready to get married, and we're going to talk about that here in just a second.
Or listen for a friend or a family member.
Yeah, we want to guide you through the Guns N' Roses of relationships,
because it also takes a village.
Yeah,
and not just raising kids.
It takes the right village. Let's say that.
That's correct.
There's some villages out there that the natives like to eat people
and burn it down to the ground.
Exactly. I don't know if you. Well, okay,
that's some bad advice.
I'm about to date myself, because that was something that I used to watch a lot on Gilligan's Island.
Oh Lord. Okay.
That's all.
Moving on.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay. Babe, can we make the announcement?
Sure. What is the announcement? Do I know the announcement?
Yeah, you know the announcement. You smack dab in the middle of it.
That I'm gonna see you again next Tuesday?
No. But that ain't what I'm thinking.
Yes, but
about.
No.
No, yes, but no.
What's the announcement?
Okay. So we've been talking about blended families, and we're going to be talking about blended families, and we're going to be talking about building and giving a blueprint to create a healthy family dynamic. And in the midst of us doing this series on blended families, we have yet another blend that's about to take place in 4 days. Our daughter, McKinley, and her fiance, Larry, are getting married this Saturday.
They're getting married.
This Saturday, and they know
my oldest.
Yep, our oldest, please.
See, there we go. Still learning. Our oldest.
But they know what you mean, though, because it's your firstborn, naturally born or biological. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
So they're getting married this Saturday. So we ask that you guys will be in prayer for our family, because the devil is so busy. And I remember what Pastor Norris once said: it doesn't matter how busy he gets, the grace will outlast the busyness of the devil. And we have a lot of challenging things going on this week. We've got family coming in, so we ask that you guys pray for our families that are coming in. This couple has been together for quite a while. They've been together for quite a while, but you know how it is when the last name changes, everything changes. So this is just going to be the beginning of their lives together. So,
and it also can be beautiful. Everything being together, joining two families is a beautiful thing.
And if you look at it, we're really joining like 3 families, because it's your family, my family, and Larry's family,
which is all our family.
Because
it's blending.
Baby. Yep, that's what it is. Okay. One quick thing.
Wrap it up.
Huh?
Let's wrap it up.
I'm about to, man. Warm it up, Chris. Oh, you don't know nothing about that. Okay, let's pay the bills.
Are you feeling stuck? Overwhelmed or unsure of your next step in life? It's time to take charge with Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions. I'm Patrice Epting, and alongside Willie, we're certified life coaches here to guide you through life's toughest challenges.
Whether it's mental health, relationships, or shifts in mindset, we'll help you discover your purpose and move forward with confidence.
Life doesn't have to hold you back. Take the leap with Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions.
Schedule your free consultation today by calling 469-358-5241.
There you go.
There you have it. Any final thoughts, babe, before we get up out of here?
No final thoughts for today. I think I want to, maybe I do have a final thought. Final thought is to love each other, hug each other, and
take care of each other.
There you go.
That is my that is okay. The reason I'm laughing, y'all,
tagline.
That is usually what I say whenever I end the show. So since she took that, I don't guess I can take it. So we
I blended it.
Yeah, you did blend it. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. 4, 2, 4, Willie. I'll take care of each other. I'll love each other. I'll hug each other. I promise it's gonna be all right. And continue to pray for us as we